When are you making a lease again?
Trenches. Come get some work on your free time. Nico Trenches, we train O-line and D-line. Getting sacks on quarterbacks, you know we live. When you kick at 45, keep your nose on his inside. You better punch something, keep your feet moving, dog. My 3 tech and 1 tech, they some real hoes. My DN 6'5", he ain't got no flaws. Good grades, good feet, man, he got it all. I said it crazy.
Good evening, everybody. We are back. Episode 59, Bushleague Sports. We've been on a little hiatus for a couple weeks, but we're coming in with an emergency update on what's going on in the NHL conference finals. We got our boy Sleep playing in a little chow right now. He's down at the rink. He'll be joining us in a few seconds. And we're going to deep dive into what's going on in the Oilers Stars series. That one's been really, really good so far. Maybe, maybe a weak embellishment on Hintz's behalf there. We'll see what the co-host has to think about that over in the old Stars game there from the nurse slash on the old, what we thought was a knee, but is really just the shin. And then Panthers, just an absolute wagon. It honestly looking like we're going to have a rematch of last year's Stanley Cup final. And get you all dialed in on next week's show. We'll be doing our 4-round NFL Dynasty Draft, as well as getting prepped for some V-Friends cards. Everybody's been seeing these all over the timeline. We got our hands on some. They'll be coming up in the future. But we'll tell you all about it. We'll run the intro. We'll see you in a few minutes with our beautiful co-host, Stay Bushleague.
Say, man, you're in a privileged position right now. You're in a place to be. Matter of fact, the place that you, with the one and only SNOOP. So what you gonna do now? Turn that shit up.
When are you making a lease again?
Trenches. Come get some work on your free time. Nico Trenches, we train O-line and D-line. Getting sacks on quarterbacks, you know we live. When you kick at 45, keep your nose on his inside. You better punch something, keep your feet moving, dog. My 3 tech and 1 tech, they some real hoes. My DN 6'5", he ain't got no flaws.
That's
Good
a
grades, good feet, man, he got it all.
I understand.
California, so it'd be cool for us to put up, family to come back to Canada.
I always fuck all my American buddies. Hey, you guys never get up. I spend time
To the
with
pro.
my hometown. What do you
Find his way back home.
Be like that, man, you gotta spin. As you get around the edge, and you gotta bend. I'm in the trenches with a lineman at. I'm in the trenches with a lineman at.
When are you
Oh, I guess it cut us out early. I didn't think it was going to do that, but here we are. Here we are, baby. We're going. We're rushing everything today. What's going on? You down at the old arena, buddy? Oh, your audio's off. Sounds like.
Yeah, brother. I just came off the ice. Sorry, I was I was muted there, but I'm a little drained right now. At a little Memorial Day roller hockey tournament. It's been an absolute blast. I'll flip my phone here sideways to get this fixed, but man, I'm a little winded. Stoked to be here with you today. I'll flip it over when we got some plays. Maybe we can see some goals on this side. I'm right behind the goalie right here. Here we go. He's
Nice,
in.
I love it. It was coming in way clear before, but at least we got you. Happy to have you. And just going to deep dive a little bit on NHL. Curious your thoughts as a Dallas native on what the atmosphere is like down there in Dallas right now with them back in another conference semifinal, and just what the atmosphere is like going down in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, absolutely wild, electric. You know, Thomas Arnold getting that winner. I'm not Game 6 winner. The Jets really kind of was pretty electric.
We finally got you.
Yeah, and we're pretty stoked here. However, you know, this series isn't really going quite the way we want. However, I'm excited to get into it with you. I see you got the McJesus jersey on. 2 goals today for the man. I'm excited to get into it with you.
Nice. Yeah, no, I love it. And now you're coming a little clear, so that's good. That's good. But what I wanted to start on is, I guess, Stuart Skinner, right? I maybe got a tiny little greasy mustache. Yours, maybe the medium level. Stu Skinner's got the massive stash. But he's making a comeback like he did last year. And I honestly didn't think he had it in him this year. He didn't really play all that well most of the season. The playoffs come, gets yanked again like he did last year. Cal Pickard goes in. ends up getting hurt, which is the reason Stu comes back. I know I commented the one day, I'm like, why would you pull Pickard? He's leading the way. And one of my buddies, shouts to Balin, he was telling me like, oh, he's hurt. And then that day, it turns out, yeah, he's hurt. He's not playing. And Stu's just been hot, right? 1 goal in the last 4 games. I mean, 3 shutouts, 4 games is absolutely nuts. And not that good for your Dallas Stars that he's hot like that.
Yeah, you're right. He's electric. So we're through the first 3 games of the series. Game 1, you really can't fault him for. Game 1 loss. 3 power play goals in the third period for the Stars. That Sagan breakaway was a laser. But since then, man, he has dialed it in, and there's been a lot of chunky ones. I call them chunky ones around the net that he's getting his pads on, he's getting his sticks on, and he's looking. Today in the second period was the best period of hockey Stuart Skinner has played in his life. He was all over the place. I think the Stars outchanced him like 1-6 or something like that, and he was absolutely electric. So hey, he's cool, man. He's a guy after all the hate he's gotten over the last 2 seasons to come out and play like he is something else.
Nice, love it. And if you guys are just tuning in or watching back, thank you guys for joining us. Sorry, Sleepy. He's over at the old arena right now. Sounds like someone got laid out. The ambulance is coming in to pick him up. But he's coming in a little choppy, so you just have to bear with us. We're doing a quick NHL update this week. But beauty to see him out in the arena getting some laps in. But Stu, I mean, what are your thoughts on Ottinger? I mean, I think he's playing as good as he can play against the 2 best guys in the league.
Yeah, there's not much from Jake Ottinger. Yes, he's given up goals. Again, these are the best players in the world. Hyman's right now, Kane playing well. Nuge is scoring. I mean, what can you ask for the guy when they just keep coming? People say Edmonton didn't have depth coming into this playoffs. It definitely looks different than that. That's for sure.
Hey, so you're coming in super choppy. Sorry, so we'll try to rush through it. But
no worries.
I guess
are you getting my? Sorry.
Pardon?
I said I apologize.
No, it's all good. It's all good. You're just coming in really choppy, so we'll try to fly through it. I guess a big one is maybe we'll skip over the clip for a second, but I guess keys for the Dallas Stars to actually be able to close out this series. What do you think they are?
Yeah, I think the keys are they got to score first. They're playing every game from behind. Stars score first, and then they can get in a groove. So scoring first. They need plays from their big players. They need Rantanen to get the puck in the net. They need Robo. They need Duchesne. Yeah. Where's Wyatt Johnson? We need plays from our big players. We need to score first. And then the last thing is we got to stay out of the penalty box. Edmonton is too dangerous on the PK. We got to stay out of the penalty box. What do you think?
No, I love it. That's a perfect take. I mean, they got to get the goal if you want to get ahead. It's tough to play from behind against the best players in the world. For the Oilers, I mean, I think they just got to keep on the pedal, right? It seems to be their defensemen scoring 2 goals a game almost. Keep giving them the puck. Keep doing what they're doing on the back end and just keep riding Stuart Skinner. I mean, like you said, Rantanen hasn't been going really since the second series. He kind of slowed down. He obviously big reason they made it this far, but you definitely need to see him if they're going to get moving past and, break this curse. They've been at this same spot year after year, and they keep beating Edmonton, which I want to get into maybe a little later as to how these series line up. But there's a couple teams with a curse. We'll talk about the one on the other side too. But Dallas just seems to they get this far, and that's it.
Yeah, I want to reach back to the defensive play or the defensive ozone play of Edmonton. What Edmonton has done so well in this series is they get the puck low and then they cycle it high. If you notice, the Edmonton has so much zone time because they do that so well. They skate the puck in, they chip it puck in, and then they work it back to their D. And that's why they're holding zone time for a minute at a time. And the Stars are chasing. They're chasing, they're a step behind. But that's something that's really impressed me with Edmonton is their ability to get it deep, work it back to the points, and then make something happen.
I love it. Well, I got a little play here. I want to cue it up. I want to see what you think as a Dallas Star here. And we're going to bring up a little Bushleague Megatron play. Oh, no, that's not the one. We we might have gave a little cue as to what we might be playing a little later in the show. But here she comes. I want to know your thoughts on this one. So got a little play behind, a nice cross check to the back, and then a little slash over to the old sling. Rope Hintz is down. He's on the ice forever. So I watch that. I see the huge slash. He kind of turns around, gives him what I think is a pretty standard slash, ends up one hand on the stick. I immediately was yelling at the screen embellishment. Maybe it's because I'm Canadian. I'm wearing this jersey. But I want to know your thoughts on the play as a Stars fan.
Yeah, it's hard to see because, Rope is the number one center on the Stars. I'm going to get a bad take from the Dallas fans. People are going to hate me, but there are 30 of those a game. 30 plays like that, exactly like that, or to that severity in each and every game. And it's unfortunate where it hit Hintz, right? It didn't hit him on the shin guards. It hit him on the top of the boot. And, he was out skating today, so that's a good sign. He was there in warm-ups, but, that's it's not a hockey play by any means, but it's not unheard of in the Stanley Cup playoffs or the regular season for that matter. Looking at the rule book, I was looking at the rules for this, and I think you could have argued a 5-minute major because there was an injury with it. If there's a slash with an injury, there could be a major. So I could see that argument happening, but again, that happens so much. It sucks. It happens to Rope. I hate Darnell Nurse, man.
He's out. He was out playing today, though. It couldn't have been that bad.
Yeah, Nurse is absolute trash. I hate Nurse, but again, that was a pretty standard play in the playoffs, and just a bad spot to take it. And you hope he's all right, and you hope he's out there 100% next game. What's the point? There's no point of sitting him, right? It's the playoffs. I mean, we're not still trying to sell him embellishment from the game before. He's hurt, man. You know what I mean? We're not sitting our number one center to prove a point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's fair. And I didn't get to watch the game. I got called in today, so Hintz didn't play today.
No, he didn't play. He was out in pregame warmups, and then he sat.
Gotcha. You're frozen, so you're not with us, but your video will catch back up. But yeah, so I mean, obviously, then an actual serious injury, which we're getting the update live on the show here. Oh, we lost Sleepy Sleep. But I didn't even know Hintz didn't play. But nonetheless, I still think it was a standard play, something you see quite often going on in the NHL, especially this time of year in the playoffs. Just like you say, he kind of turned around. It was two hand that kind of turned into one hand, ended up catching him right on top of the laces, dropped him. Definitely, I could see something like that, breaking a bone, but just a bad luck where it hit him. But a play that I think we see quite often in the NHL this time of year. Ooh, that pop giving me the old burperoos. We'll see if Sleep joins us back. But what I think we got to get into is what I think is the old Bam Bam beatdown of the week. And that just so happens to be...
Say, man, you know the best part of waking up is not giving a fuck? Well, you do not. You got this question. Big Snoop DOWG, therefore mixtape, and this is for you.
The Bam Bam beatdown of the week has got to just be the Carolina Panthers taking an absolute licking from the Florida Panthers. And shouts to Snoop, Bam Bam Fitness, the best workouts in the online game. Make sure you check them out today. 3 different courses you can get your hands on and do from anywhere, as well as all the music in this show from Dr. Bombay. Appreciate it. We're going to bring Sleep back up. He's coming at us from now. The parking lot, it seems. He's on a big grand tour of the old stadium there. But Carolina Panthers just taking an absolute lick. And I think the tin on the old arena was cutting down your Wi-Fi, eh?
Yeah, I guess so, man. So I moved out to the car. It's a bummer, dude, because I feel like I had some pretty hot takes about that first series. It's all good, though, man. I appreciate you bearing with me through. I got another game at 11:40 p.m. It's going to be a long night.
Nice. Yeah, so what's that, 11:40, 10:40? So an hour from now, you got another game?
Yes, sir.
Go in, have a couple beers with the boys, or how's it work down there in the old roller rink?
Most of the time, lots of beers. With this tournament, I think it's a little frowned upon. So I'm taking it easy right now. We got tons of people here. They play so they get a lot of games, right? So they're running 2 12-minute periods per game, 2 12-minute periods. So you're on and off running clock. So you get 24 minutes out there. You got to put the puck in the net quick, and then on to the next game. So it's fun, man. They do it good here. They got a pretty good roller hockey scene here. Great ice hockey scene. Stars are really helping with that. I'm trying to get my face in for you, but all good.
Nice. No, I love it. Well, yeah, I close out the Oilers series there. Obviously, like I said, it's nice to see in an insane world a sane hockey fan that calls the play for what it is in reality. Because I know that was what the Stars were claiming. Oh, what if it was 97 that went down like that? I mean, I'd say the same thing. I would say embellishment, but then when you see that he's out, well, I just think it's bad luck where it caught him on the laces. I don't think it's a play you see that doesn't happen all the time.
I agree. I don't hate Pete DeBoer's take. He's frustrated. He's down one of his best guys, and he says, hey, if that's 97 catching that slash, it's a 5-minute major, But, you lost the game, Pete. We got to get pucks in the net. Skinner's playing out of his mind. We got to get pucks to the net, right? The Oilers have outshot the Stars for most of the first 3 games. The Stars have won 2 periods. They've won 2 periods of this series so far, and it's just it's way it's fallen right now. I think the Stars, I don't think they're dead. I think they're going to come to play, and I'm really hoping we're going to see a series out of this, unlike the next series. And no, Pat Maroon is not in this tournament. I wish he was, though. I wish he was. Pat Maroon, dude, I hear Pat Maroon is a beast on rollerblades, so I'd love to see him play, that's for sure.
Love it. And we love to hear from our pal Trav, one of the biggest supporters of the show. I feel like I wish I would have known you were rocking the Anaheim Ducks jersey. I would have thrown mine on. I feel like I should go throw it on yet. Rock the old Ducks so that we could double duck it.
So we're the mighty emus. The mighty emus.
Ooh, the mighty emus. I love it.
We'll take on the Ducks here.
I love it. Here's the little, speaking of Ducks, there's the duck. You got your hands on any new VFriends cards? Collectibles, we'll get into that in a little bit after we wrap up for this series, but you get your hands on any?
No, I haven't yet. Oh, no, I have a few. I have a few that I won. I picked up on Whatnot via the Bushleague Sports. So it's been fun, man. I haven't bought any.
Oh, you haven't got any Chrome? You haven't got any Chrome?
No. I haven't got any of the new ones.
Nice. Well, nonetheless, Florida, Carolina, before we get too off topic, absolutely getting dusted. Looks like Florida is guaranteed to go back to the Stanley Cup Finals, up 3-0 in the series. Carolina is now, I think it's 0-17 in their last Eastern Conference appearances, semifinal appearances. So they've been to the Eastern Conference, which obviously 4-game series. That's now, they won, I think it was 2 games they won in their last series, like 5 or 6 times ago getting there. And then they lost 4 straight and have basically lost every time they've been swept. And this is going to be what will now be like the 5th time in a row they're going to get swept 4 straight games in a Eastern Conference semifinal, which is kind of crazy, right?
Yeah. So the stat is this will be the 4th time in a row, should Tampa win the game tomorrow, the 4th time in a row they got swept. And it goes all the way back to 2009. They got swept in the Eastern Conference Finals against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh went on to beat the Red Wings in the Cup. I don't know if you remember that, but the Penguins beat the Red Wings in the Cup that year in 2009. Did I say that the Penguins beat the Red Wings in the Cup in 2009?
Oh, yeah, no, you said it.
I don't know if I mentioned that.
You did, yeah.
But so what's crazy with that is Rod Brindamore played in 2009 for that team. And then he coached in the 3 leading up to now, the 2, and then now this series. So he's been a part of each series as a member of the Carolina Hurricanes. What do they do, man? What do the Hurricanes do? There's almost nothing that they can do to keep up. They play, in my opinion, they play a similar game, a similar hard-nosed type of hockey that the Panthers play. The Panthers just play it better. They play it harder. They get pucks in. They get pucks to the goal, and they put it in the net. So, I don't know. Rod Brindamore hasn't made any changes. He's not. I don't know what he can change. I don't know if there's anything that he can do with the players that he has. That's a fact.
Well, and one thing that I kind of think it leans to, I know I talk a lot about some of these forced rivalries and forced playoff series, the way that they've been doing it since Bettman made the changes, where playoffs you're pretty set, right? You're kind of playing the same few teams within your little conference or division every year, and it's not, I don't think it's as good of hockey as it was when we did the 1 versus 8 and the reseeding, because you always got a way different playoff variation. You get something very similar every year this year. And I think when you see something like this, where you see the Dallas Stars are getting to the same point every time and they're knocked out every year, and the Carolina Hurricanes are getting swept in the same spot 4 or 5 times, you start to ask yourself, should the Carolina Hurricanes even be in that position? Or should they maybe be losing out sooner? Do they just have some silly, easy path through the same teams that you play every year to get to that? Well, yes, they do is the fucking answer, and we should change it back to the 1 versus 8. I think it would solve a lot of this because people are like, oh, it's these stories, but I don't like the stories. I want the best possible hockey, and I don't think we're getting it a lot of times because I don't think the best teams are getting there because the best teams are often playing each other in the first round or the second round.
Yeah, I was going to say you have two grossly different scenarios there with the Stars and the Hurricanes, where the Hurricanes had to play, a beat-up Devils team, and then, maybe a little in over our heads Caps team, and now they're up against the Panthers, who are dogs, where you have the Stars, who are arguably played one of the best teams in the NHL, if not the best team in the NHL at the end of the year, with all the trades they made in the Colorado Avalanche. Yep. And then, boom, right after that, you got the President's Trophy winners, and then, boom, you got the two-headed monster and McDavid.
No, I honestly think there's just easy paths for some teams, and it's completely changed by just doing a 1 versus 8, 2-7, 3-5, or 3-6, 4-5, and then reseed. And I truly think we've seen a deterioration in hockey, and they talk about wanting to grow the sport. You grow the sport by having the teams play different teams, different cities. You know what I mean? Like, if you're just playing the same city over and over again, you're not expanding that viewership, in my humble opinion, to new cities that are going to play that team this year in the playoffs. They just keep playing the same team, and the viewers keep tuning in for the same shows. If that, and maybe I'm just talking on my ass, but that's kind of the way I see it a little bit.
No, yeah, I don't think you are. And, I do think the teams at the top of the table should be rewarded. Once they get there, they should be rewarded in the playoffs, right? A number 1 seed should be rewarded to play a number 8 seed, right?
And they should have the easiest path. If you play 82 games and get that, you should have the easiest path.
But yeah, a number 2 seed shouldn't play a number 3 seed, and that's what we're seeing time and time again, because the number 1 seed and the number 2 seed are in the same conference or in the same division. So it's tough. The West is strong. The West is a lot stronger this year than the East, in my opinion, right? You look at the Metro, was kind of weak. The Atlantic was obviously pretty strong coming out at the end of the year with Tampa, with the Panthers, with the Toronto. But, if Toronto has New Jersey and the Caps, Toronto's in the final, right? In the conference final.
Yep, for sure. I agree. And it's the same thing. Like, everybody keeps speaking Toronto, not to go too off the topic, but everybody's always speaking Toronto. They're losing the first round. Oh, they finally made the second round. Well, yeah, we're playing Boston, the best team in the league, in the first round over and over again. And I think it ruins the game. I go back to 1 versus 8.
Yeah, agree. But hey, to put a bow on the Canes and the Panthers, do you think the Panthers get it done tomorrow and are on to the Cup?
Yep. No, I think it's going to be a sweep. I think that the curse stays the same for the Carolina. I think it'll be 4-0, easy pickings for Florida. They'll be on and waiting. And then I think Edmonton gets it done on home ice again. I think it's going to be, honestly, that probably should have been a sweep too, just kind of the way the first game went, and maybe didn't turn out. And I'm sorry to say that. I'm not even really an Oilers fan, but I have been on the bandwagon for the couple of years lately, just because, mostly just because I want to see McDavid win a cup. I want to see McDavid, the best player in the game, win one. I want to see it come back to Canada. But man, it's going to be tough to see the Stars lose another one, which I think will be what happens.
Yeah, obviously, I don't think the Stars are dead. I feel good. I think that they can come back and play. I think they've put some good periods of hockey together in this series. They just need to dial it in and keep pulling for the boys, and we'll see what happens. Edmonton's just such a strong team. Watching the Stars play the Jets, I'm like, come on, boys, I'm nervous. I'm telling my wife, don't talk to me. I'm watching the game, but watching Edmonton versus Stars, at times you're like, it's just going to happen, right? A goal is almost inevitable at some point. So I'm excited for it. But back to Panthers again. I know we wanted to hit on one thing. How awesome is Brad Marchand fitting into Florida? Like it. It's so cool to see. He just fits, man. It looks like he should have been there all along, man. He's a rat. He's in with the city of rats, man. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's been funny watching them shooting the rats at him after the game so they get the win. Like you said, it's like he just fits right in with the squad. And when you look at that team, they're better than they were last year. I mean, which is obviously scary when you're the Stanley Cup champion. You really don't lose any players, and then you add, which is in essence one of the. I would say Marchand is a top 10 player in the league, maybe on the tail end of being in that category as he ages, but still like an absolute elite player to add to the roster. Edmonton got a little better, I think, to a point. Obviously, we talked a lot about how they lost Broberg and Holloway and stuff, right? But they got a few guys, and we'll see if Chase or Connor Brown's going to be out or not. I know he left in the second period today, which that's a big one for them, which maybe it evens the score. Hintz and Brown both out. But
Hintz and Brown, come on. That's different levels, man. Different levels. But you're right. Connor Brown's been playing insane. Henrique has been playing insane. It's John Klingberg. What the hell, man? Where the heck did John?
He got
Klingberg
a Gino
come from?
tonight, I'm
From
pretty
the
sure.
abyss. And he's playing great. And then there's always the Grim Reaper in the back of the room. Ekholm potentially coming back for the end of this series would be absolutely wild for.
Yeah, I was expecting, like, there was talk he was coming back in the first series, and so impressive to see them make it all this way without him yet too, right? Because it was obviously pretty scary out the gate. They almost were gone against LA in the first two games and been pretty dominant since.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I know you're going to get back to your game there in a little bit. I know next week we're going to be airing the Bushleague Dynasty Draft. That was pretty fun. So that'll be a pre-recorded show we're doing next week. I'm also going to be going live on Whatnot that day too. But I'm going to send that show live about an hour and a half earlier than we usually do. I'm going to send it live 6:30. So I guess, I don't know what that'll be your time. We'll discuss. We'll dial it in. But I'm going to send it live a little earlier because it's going to be pre-recorded. That one we sat down. We did a 4-round Dynasty rookie draft hosted on the Sleeper app. That's where we host all our drafts, whether it be best ball or Dynasty, whatever. So that was pretty fun, and I'm excited for everyone to see who went number one and how that all shook out, and start to get everybody dialed in on the upcoming drafts we're going to be doing this season through Bushleague Sports and such, and then going to get some rips going again on Whatnot. I know obviously we got Saturday morning cards access and such. Going to be giving away this bad boy in one of the future shows. Nice Popeye card from Saturday morning cards. We'll give that beauty away, and it's gonna be fun few weeks ahead. But I don't know. Have you seen the Street Fighter ones? Did I show you them?
You did, dude. Those are sick, man. Those are so
sweet.
cool.
So we got Series 2 now. So what's that one? Volume 1, the Zangief, Guile.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Where's the Volume 2? We got Volume 2 now. Where'd I put one? I got a couple of my own. Huh. I thought I did anyway. Maybe I don't know where I set them. Don't mind me.
No worries, man. No worries. Yeah, those are pretty sick, dude. I gotta get into it more. I've been hitting all these card shows over the last couple of weeks. We got card shows here in Dallas, I feel like, every weekend somewhere in the Metroplex, and it's been fun, man, to go see all the old comic books, see some Series 1 V Friends. It's been really cool.
Nice. I got a few Series 1 V Friends cards. And then speaking of which, so obviously Series 1, Series 2, we got our hands on some of the Topps Chrome. So we're going to be ripping some of them in the future. I think after next week's draft show, which we're going to do some promotion from that throughout the week. Hopefully everybody can go in, set the bookmarks, go in, give that show a watch, and then join us on Whatnot next weekend. But we're going to get some V Friends shows going the following week after that. We're going to rate all the V Friends characters from Bush League to Topps and put them in different tiers from silver to gold. We're going to decide who's the best character, who's the worst character. We're going to do it over the course of probably 3-4 shows. It's going to be a fun couple weeks. We're going to have Whatnot integrated into all that and kind of get everyone associated with doing the rips live ahead of draft season. So we're going to have a little fun with that.
I love it, man. Sounds awesome.
I wish I knew where this volume 2 box was. I thought it was right there. I wanted to show you the new ones because they're pretty sweet. And I thought I just had one sitting around over here, but I don't know where it went.
Dude, I had a delivery from you the other day, man. It was a pleasant surprise. That was pretty sick.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I probably threw some extra stuff in there for you. Hey?
Yeah, that was cool, man. My son's always really excited. My son's 7, and when you're on Whatnot, man, he wants to get in there and see what's going on. And some of those early in the day Whatnots where it's a little more PG, he has fun checking it out and wants to rip packs. And it's been an absolute blast. He just doesn't know how to take care of the cards. The other day, he had a bunch of Pokemon cards, and he laid them all out on a table, and he dumped water all over them.
Okay, yeah.
I'm like, dude, you just ruined all your stuff, man, But, hey, he's 7, dude. You just got to let it go, and, hey, this is what you want to do with your stuff? All right, buddy.
Yeah, I bet opening stuff my daughter, and if it's, like, really rare, I'll keep it. Otherwise, I try to teach her to – I let her – so, basically, if I know they suck, I'm just kind of, like, destroy them. I don't care. Yeah. And if they're kind of okay, I have a little book that – I'll let her determine, but the outcome of if they stay good or bad, right?
Yeah.
But then if they're really good, I'm like, sorry, Dad's gonna tuck that one. And we'll grade it for you and we'll put it on the shelf.
So my son ripped a series 2, the Crosby box, and he pulled a Wyatt Johnson Green Dazzlers, and it's a beautiful card. I love it, and he wants to show it off to all his friends. Yeah, one of those. And he wants to show it off to all his friends. Oh, is that one of the Giant Young Guns boxes?
I don't think it is. These are the tins. I have 20. I have like 20 of the tins. These are kind of like the young. I don't know if there's a giant thing in it or not. I haven't opened any of them. I have like probably like 10 of each for us to rip in the future.
Love it. Anyways, where I was going was, like, he's got this awesome card that I'd love to keep in good condition and maybe have it graded at one point. But nah, man, it's his favorite card. It's everybody's seeing it. It's in and out of the case. He's got it in a sheet, so it's been fun. I'm like, all right, man, do what you want. This is what it's all about.
Yep, exactly. I wish I knew I really wanted to show you the series, the volume 2 one, but I don't know where I put it.
No worries, man. No worries. I gotta roll here in a minute. I gotta get back in there. I'm actually gonna get my skates off for a couple minutes. My feet are starting to hurt, but we'll get them off for about 10 minutes and then get back out there. Hopefully get the win. We lost the first game 2-0. Thought we outchanced them. Just couldn't get anything home. Your boy was back on D today. Trying to get up in the play, make some things happen, but wasn't good enough. Good enough.
I think we'll cue Bushleague Play of the Week and see what you think of her.
That's a Bushleague question. If you ain't watching film, you ain't trying to win.
Bushleague Play of the Week. Good old Angel Reese, back at her. A couple games early in the season. Quick 2. Number 3 on the old offensive rebound. She's heating her up early. What do you think? Should they be boycotting their coaches and getting paid more? That's what she says. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when you bring in as many rebounds as she does, she should be getting paid more. You know what I mean? That was 7 rebounds in, I think, 15 seconds. So that might be a new record. 7 offensive boards in 15 seconds. It's got to be a new NBA, WNBA. It's got to be a record.
Absolutely. And I mean, not by any means do I want to make fun of women's sports, but just hilarious to see her kind of beak and lip when she isn't maybe necessarily the best player going. And then you watch Caitlin Clark, and I mean, she's very impressive to watch. There's many athletes in the sport that are very good to watch, but just crazy how she dummies threes all the time. And obviously I got like probably 10 or 20 of these Caitlin Clark collector tins, so I have to pump my bags, right? So I'm just going to obviously, keep telling everybody about her greatness, drive the value up on those until maybe a couple years from now we'll rip them open. But been impressive to watch. But the thing that I've heard is they estimate she'll bring in like $1 billion in value into the WNBA. And then you see NBA kind of struggling a little bit for viewership. It's on the downside. they obviously go and rig the league and send Luka to LA, give the first round pick to Dallas. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but
Dallas earned that. Dallas earned that 1.3% chance of getting it, all done in the back room. I mean, at least it wasn't like the NHL where it was like the lottery system where nobody knew what the hell was going on and a ball pops up and they're like, no, not this one. Like, who?
You know what though? That was good because now the NHL doesn't even do it live, and it pisses me off. They haven't done it live for 5 years. Like, at least they used to do it. Nobody, if you understood the system. Pardon?
They did it live this year.
No, they didn't do it live.
The NHL, this year.
When?
This year they did it live with like ping pong balls.
Oh, I didn't see it. I just seen the fucking final round. Well, great for me as a sports show host.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, this was the first year they did it live and forever, but it was like nobody knew what was going on. There were odds and like the balls would pop up.
Oh, I wish I would have watched. I quit watching it like 4 years ago because I'm like, it's rigged.
Yeah.
Behind the closed door, they showed me a sign. What's the fucking point?
Yeah. So anyway.
Oh, no wonder we're Bushleague. We don't even know what they're doing.
I want to go back to Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark and that whole thing. And you're right, Caitlin Clark's bringing so much to the WNBA, but so is Angel Reese. And I want to say Angel 100%. Reese is a good female basketball player. She is a damn good female basketball player. Now, for sure, there are some holes in her game, right? That I'm sure that she'd want to improve on, but she is bringing a lot of eyes to the sport as well. And her and Caitlin Clark dynamic are keeping it relevant, right? It just doesn't, we got this girl in the WNBA and she's amazing and she's doing all this awesome stuff and she's the best one out of all of them and nobody cares anymore. No, Angel Reese playing that heel, Brittany Griner playing that heel to Caitlin Clark, and maybe Caitlin Clark's the heel, I don't know, but it is keeping it relevant and it will continue to keep it relevant. So I honestly, it's good for the sport. Angel Reese doing what Angel Reese is doing is good for the sport. It makes me interested. It makes you interested. We're talking about it, right? Yeah, I want to go to a game. I want to go see Paige Buckners and the Dallas Wings play against the Chicago Sky, and I want to see them play against the Indiana Fever. And the whole reason I want to see this happen is because of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. So I think that I think it's win-win. I think Angel Reese, though, may look bad at times. I think that it's good for the publicity and the projecting the sport forward.
For sure. They'll get paid outside the game, but they definitely will bring money to it. But basically, the big reason I brought it up, though, is because what I don't really think, the whole world, for the most part, has access to TV and television and all these things. I truly think that if the WNBA is going to grow, it's going to grow because people who are interested in basketball start watching more of it. And if the people who are interested in basketball start watching more of it, it means they're probably watching less NBA. And I don't think we live in this world where everybody just thinks everything in the whole world is supposed to just go up, 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 up. But I really think that if the WNBA is going to go up, and it should, and it will, and if they keep bringing a great product and a great, topics and owning the media headlines with whatever it may be, even that banter back and forth between a couple gals, whatever it may be, I do think it's going to cut into NBA money no matter what. I think there's some room to grow a little bit, but basketball is already like a pretty international game. It's already Europe and etc. Like, whereas the NFL is maybe trying to expand out to that, which I get I don't know if it's going to work out or not, but basketball is already a pretty global sport.
It is.
You're just going to end up having people that are basketball fans gravitate to it. So I think the NBA has to lose money for the WNBA to make money. They already do because they pay for the league a lot, but I just mean like literally in income, it's going to go down if that goes up.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely agree. And comparing it to football, as you said, we're about to see the Olympics where these NFL players are going to go up against, hobbyists from the Czech Republic and Japan, like when Justin Jefferson's lined up against some dock worker from Japan, a fisherman, playing DB in the, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's going to be good for the NFL. I don't know if flag football is good for the NFL. But I agree that the WNBA is good for basketball. The WNBA winning is good for basketball. And like you said, it's going to challenge the NBA to do a little bit more. I wish pro beach hockey would have got some support and love from the NHL. You know what I mean? Pro beach hockey. Remember back in the day, the rollerblade hockey on the beach in Southern California? They had the bank.
A little bit.
It was on MTV. They had like the banked end walls. It was almost like a quarter pipe, and people were doing tricks on them. And NHL should have threw him a bone, and we'd still be maybe I'd be there right now.
That's fair. Well, you can get back out there and get practicing and get dialed up. I appreciate you popping in from the arena and joining us this evening. And then next week I'm going to be doing some whatnot on the weekend, and then we'll be getting through the dynasty draft and then ripping some V-Friends a couple weeks from now. So I'm looking forward to sitting back down with you then.
Love it, man. Hey, thank you very much. Sorry for the time change. We're done.
No, that was again. I don't even know when the time changed. You told me. I thought we were the same time. So did I.
I was in
the hot tub. I was chilling. I came to get ready, and then I'm like, oh, I'm late. I thought I was early. But we got her done.
We did. All right, buddy. Hey, stars and 7. Let's go, baby.
Love it, brother. Have a good one. Score a couple goals. Get a big win for the mighty Emus. Let's fucking go, baby.
You.
Peace. All right, well, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Episode 59, Bush League Sports. We were joined by the beautiful Sleep from over in Dallas, which I got to see which background I got up here. Do I got the right one? Oh, yeah, I do. Beauty. But down in Dallas, roller hockey tournament, late night game. I thought we had her bad playing some 9:30 games up here in Kindersley, playing some hockey in the winter, but a roller derby game at 11:30. Oof. But that's commitment to the game. Love to see it. Hope he gets the big win tonight. And next week, tune in. We will be doing the 4-round rookie draft, myself and a bunch of the boys, the 7th annual Bush League Dynasty Draft. It'll be a fun one. There'll be some good picks. You'll be surprised who goes number 1 next week. So make sure you tune in. You want to know who goes 101 in the 2025 Bush League Dynasty Draft. You'll get to find out next Sunday, 6:30 p.m. We'll go live. And then follow that up. We'll be ripping V-Friends cards, ripping all kinds of goodies, getting the Saturday morning cards, Street Fighters going. It's going to be fun. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate yous. Until next week, stay Bush League, you beauties.
From the bottom, ain't no half-stepping. I'm the dog, I made it through so they don't ask questions. Long Beach, and it ain't no half-repping. Once a dog, always a dog, so they don't ask questions. From the bottom, ain't no half-stepping. I'm the dog, I made it through so they don't ask questions. Long Beach, and it ain't no half-repping. Once a dog, always a dog, so they don't ask questions. Tell them never question, dog, I'm sitting ghost status. Eating chicken with my gin, smoking on some cabbage. Just to pedal on this
moment where you skate down the street and some shit for brains yells out of his window. Do a kickflip! Do a kickflip! Do a kickflip!
And house shoes, they know how the dogs do. Skinny, heavy pockets, the West OG. Kane across the globe say they don't know me. Been applying pressure from 8 to 24 like Kobe. Mr. Hall of Fame used to bend the corners with strollies. Had to lay the blueprint, they rolled out the carpet. Anything I wanna own, I got my own.
Put together like a little fitness promo with the Dr. Bombay shirt and song.
Still ain't sold my guns and I still ain't had to use them though.
Well, of course, Good to meet you, man. I know there's a man behind that mask. You're such a dude, man. I appreciate it. Man. You guys are sick, man. I appreciate I collected all your shit, man. I love you. Don't do it drugs, but you see this shit with me. Someone actually live, though.
All right, guys, Joel Mills here with the Bam Bam Boxing Academy. Now, these 14 workouts are specifically made to take you from simple mechanics all the way to a full fighter by the end of the 14 workouts.
Oh, so they don't ask.
This is some straight. Hey.
This is, oh gosh.
I got thin to smoke it.
Once a dog, always a dog, so they don't ask questions. I can't name a thing that I didn't have step from the streets and movie screens been getting bags and checks. If it's solid, you won't hit me with no bad rep. Legendary Crippin' made it happen, and that's on the set. Still rolling on gold things, I'm a boss.